Part of wintering your pond is cutting off all the plants, all the zone 5 and lower, zone 4, zone 3, zone 2, all the cold hardy plants, is cutting them off and getting rid of the greens and all of the waste, rather than letting it fall in your pond and create more bio for your to clean your pond later. So might as well cut them off, get them out of the way, and then you take all of your pots, all of your plants, and put them down at the deepest part of your pond. If you have any zone 6 or tropical lilies, you do the same thing. You cut them off, but then put them in a shallow bucket with a little bit of water and put them down in your basement in a dark place, usually next to your sump pump. You just pretend like they're on the bottom of a pond in the middle of winter in Florida, which is usually dark and cooler, but not freezing for zone 6 and higher plants. A lot of your tropical hyacinth and water lettuce you just discard at this time and throw it away. Some of the plants move over the summer, so it's a good time to, when you're pulling them up and cutting them off, so you can reset them next spring when you start the season over. Or if they need repotting, we do it in the spring. Looks like it grew tight. Oh yeah. It's a nice healthy one. This is not rocket science. Just cut them off. And this one will have to be replanted next year because it turned sideways and the fish kind of worked all the soil out of the basket. So you want to clean all the leaves and all the stems off that you can. Cut those even shorter. Because anything left in there will just be more rotted material for you to have to deal with later. So clean them off pretty good. You're not going to hurt it. It's going to be sleeping for the winter down in the cold. Once a year you pull out your media out of your biofalls and rinse it really well. And then there's the filters underneath, because that's the good bio. It might not look real good, but that's the good bio. We give it a good rinse. Don't ever use soapy water or anything, and just give them a good rinse. When we winterize our pond out here, we take them out and then we put them inside our greenhouse for the winter and let them dry out. Then in the spring, when we put them back out, we take our bacteria and we sprinkle dry bacteria in between all the 3-4 different layers. That gets them started really well. Gets them started again in the spring. This is what makes your pond healthy and polishes the water. Another step we do for the winter, our option is to take the pumps out. Some people let their pumps run we take ours out. We like to store our pumps in the basement or in our warehouse in like 4 or 6 inches of water, just so all the seals in the pump don't dry out during the winter. Then remove all of your filter media and your baskets. Rinse them out for one last time for the summer and store them indoors dry. Usually take maybe like your fish net and scoop out some of the extra scum down at the bottom of the filter. Now's a good time to catch the big junks. We also like to make sure that our filter boxes are full of water. Don't dry them out, because of if the mud and dirt around your plastic filter box freezes and the water doesn't freeze to ice inside, the dirt and mud that freezes on the outside of the box could collapse your skimmer box. So make sure that there's water in your skimmer box for the winter, so it has equal pressures of ice on both sides of the box. Put in your de-icer, and you want it to be out towards the center over the deeper part. So we found a good way to do that is to tie a string to it, 2 strings. So you can center it in your pond. Take 2 strings, pull it across. There you go. And just pinch the excess string in under a rock, or in our case we have a gazebo. But that helps keep your de-icer centered. Over the deep part of your pond is where the fish tend to hang in there, down there at the deepest part. And then you just take the other side and wind it up and put it under a rock so it stays centered. Then take all of your units, your aerator, your de-icer, and pack up all the cords so you can cover them underneath a plastic box to keep as much moisture off of them as you can. And then just set a rock on top. There you go. Now we're all ready for the winter. Check your salt levels. The fish will like that. They'll like a little more salt in the water to help their gills through the winter. And you're all set.